The S&P 500 is currently trading at $7,785, down 0.17% today, while Bitcoin has risen 0.3% to $63,015, and gold is up 0.37% to $4,453. This mixed market performance is reflective of the current neutral regime, where indecision is prevalent, and the next catalyst will be key in determining the direction of the market. The VIX, a measure of market volatility, is currently at 14.2, down 2.6% today, indicating a decrease in market uncertainty. In this context, it's essential to understand the current macro environment and its implications for investors. The yield curve is currently flat, with the 10-year Treasury yield at 4.696%, up 1.19% today, and the 2-year Treasury yield at 3.697%, down 0.22% today. This flat yield curve suggests that the market is pricing in a potential slowdown in economic growth. The dollar index, which measures the strength of the U.S. dollar against a basket of other currencies, is currently at 99.509, down 0.16% today. A weaker dollar can have significant implications for international trade and commodity prices. Now, let's take a closer look at the top gainer of the day, HDFL, which is up 35.7% to $42.08. This significant move is likely driven by the company's strong earnings report, which beat analyst expectations. The options market is also bullish on HDFL, with a put-call ratio of 0.24, indicating that institutional investors are positioning themselves for further upside. The company's revenue growth is up 41.3% year-over-year, and its earnings track record is impressive, with 2 out of 4 quarters beating expectations. The last quarter surprise was a significant 48.7% beat. However, it's essential to consider the potential risks, such as a broad market reversal, which could drag most names lower. Position sizing is critical when investing in high-beta names like HDFL. In contrast, the second top mover of the day is AOI, which is up 15.53% to $150.28. This move is likely driven by the company's strong earnings report, which showed a significant increase in revenue and earnings. The options market is neutral on AOI, with a put-call ratio of 0.99, indicating that institutional investors are not taking a strong stance on the stock. The company's earnings track record is impressive, with 3 out of 4 quarters beating expectations, and the last quarter surprise was a significant 292.2% beat. However, insider sentiment is strong selling, with a net selling position of 100%, which could be a cause for concern. While NVIDIA is not among the top movers today, it's essential to consider the broader industry context. The technology sector is currently performing well, with the XLK ETF up 0.36% today. However, the energy sector is outperforming, with the XLE ETF up 1.39% today. This rotation into energy stocks could be a sign of a late-cycle market, where investors are seeking safer havens and income-generating assets. The supply chain for these stocks is also critical, with upstream suppliers such as oil and gas companies and downstream customers such as consumers and businesses. The cross-asset correlations are also worth examining. While HDFL is up 35.7% today, the VIX is down 2.6%, indicating a decrease in market uncertainty. The Bitcoin price is up 0.3% today, which could be a sign of increasing risk appetite. The gold price is up 0.37% today, which could be a sign of safe haven demand. The oil price is up 0.34% today, which could be a sign of increasing inflation expectations. The 10-year Treasury yield is up 1.19% today, which could be a sign of increasing growth expectations. These cross-asset correlations can provide valuable insights into the overall market direction and investor sentiment. The sector rotation signals are also worth considering. The energy sector is currently outperforming, with the XLE ETF up 1.39% today. The ETF approach can provide diversified exposure to this theme, with the XL ETF being a popular choice among investors. Before we dive into the forecast, let's examine the key price levels to watch. The S&P 500 is currently trading at $7,785, with support at $7,396 and resistance at $8,175. The Bitcoin price is currently at $63,015, with support at $56,714 and resistance at $69,317. These key price levels can provide valuable insights into the overall market direction and investor sentiment. The forecast will be critical in determining the next course of action for investors, and we will examine the bull, base, and bear scenarios in more detail. Analyze the request. Role: lead market analyst for a financial education channel. Date: August 17, 2026. Must use exact live prices provided. Must reference specific live headlines provided. Critical constraints: no S&P below 6,000/ above 10,000. No COVID/2020/2018/2008, only 2025 to 2026 events. No invented historical stats, no raw symbols, say the VIX, etc. Must paraphrase context, not copy verbatim. Must vary macro context, rotate angles. Topic: every market is moving. Here's what it all means. Context: S&P 500 to 0.2%, Bitcoin plus 0.3%, gold plus 0.4%, oil plus 0.3%, VIX at 14.25, 10Y yield 4.696%, DXY minus 0.2%. Regime: neutral/mixed signals. Minimum 1,400 words. Tone: authoritative but accessible. Every claim backed by specific number from data. No van phrases. No opening 2 consecutive paragraphs with same word. Must include 2 lenses on today's data section. Must feature today's unique insight. Delivery style: the desk strategist. Calm and methodical. Must reference exact figures. Explain why assets moving. Use correlations, 52-week context, peer context, viewer impact. 2. Deconstruct the requirements and constraints. Price constraints: S&P 7785, minus 0.17%. Bitcoin 63015, plus 0.30%. Gold 4453, plus 0.37%. VIX 14.2, minus 2.60%. Oil not in the initial list, but appears in later data as 82.68, plus 0.34%. DXY 99.509, minus 0.16%. 14.696, más 1.19%. I need to use exact numbers from the live market data section since it's more comprehensive. The prompt says, use these exact numbers. Do not substitute other values for the first list, but then provides a fuller data table. I'll prioritize the first list, but the second table has more detail. Actually, the prompt says, today's date, August 17, 2026, current live prices. Use these exact numbers. Do not substitute other values. S&P 500, $7,785, minus 0.17% today. Bitcoin, $63,015, plus 0.30% today. Gold, $4,453, plus 0.37% today. VIX, 14.2, minus 2.60% today. Then later. Live market data. Use exact figures below with a table. I'll use the table's exact figures, but ensure the headline ones match. S&P 7,785.76, minus 0.17%. Bitcoin 63,015.43, plus 0.30%. Gold 4,453.9, plus 0.37%. VIX 14.25, minus 2.60%. The prompt says, use exact figures below for the table, but also use these exact numbers for the first list. I'll reconcile. The first list is the authority for the core 4. The table adds detail. I'll quote the table values, but ensure the headline percentages match. Actually, the table says S&P 7,785.76, minus 0.17%. Bitcoin 63,015.43, plus 0.30%. Gold 4,453.9, plus 0.37%. VIX 14.25, minus 2.60%. I'll use these precise numbers. Headlines. Must reference the listed Reuters headlines. Oil/US Iran, Trump/South Korea exercises, etc. but paraphrase, not quote. Build analysis around them. No COVID/2020/2018/2008. Only 2025 to 2026 events. No invented historical stats. Cite only explicitly present data. If not have, frame as question. No raw symbols, say the VIX, gold, oil, etc. Paraphrase all context. Don't copy pre-written sentences verbatim. Extract numbers/logic. Express in own words. Very macro context. Rotate through angles. U.S.-China trade. Dollar, oil, yield curve, geopolitical, earnings, FOMC only if within 30 days. Check events data above. No FOMC listed, so do not mention it. Topic. Every market is moving. Here's what it all means. Minimum 1,400 words. Very important. I need to generate a long script. Tone. The desk strategist. Calm and methodical. Builds the argument brick by brick. Banned phrases. List provided. Must avoid. Also never open 2 consecutive paragraphs with same word. 2 lenses section. Must include, written in style of each school, Dalio/Burry-esque, but not named. 2 to 3 sentences each. Must reference specific number from today's data. Today's unique insight. Mixed signals suggest indecision. Must feature prominently. Every claim backed by specific number from data. Crucial. No AI, unless directly relevant. Not relevant here, so avoid. Script requirements list. All must be followed. Outline the script structure. To hit 1,400 plus words with all constraints, I'll structure it logically. Opening hook, no banned phrases. Regime analysis, neutral/mixed signals. Macro snapshot with exact numbers. Cross-asset correlations deep dive. Individual asset analysis, stocks, crypto, commodities, forex, bonds, using the deep data, referencing peers, 52-week, options, insider sentiment. Geopolitical news integration, the Reuters headlines. 2 lenses on today's data section, Dalio/contrarian. Today's unique insight feature. Trade ideas or actionable context, but careful. Must not violate FOMC constraint and should fit regime. Closing with forward-looking catalysts. Must ensure no banned phrases, no consecutive same-word paragraph starts, exact numbers used. Actually, the prompt says, script instructions for deep dive segments, and list peer rankings, supply chain, macro events, options signals, news, actionable context. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions.